my company.
Yep, this is Kyuho's
I'm doing internship.
on a tour.
Anyway, let's go eat.
We're gonna go eat, we're hangry.
So hungry.
The sun is setting. We should get these done sometime.
So many different kinds.
Yeah.
Just have to show.
You look like a cat just then. What the hell? Oh my god.
Hello.
Hi. First, before we get into our question, we want to thank everyone so much for all of those comments about what's the traditional wedding ceremony in your country or in your culture. It was so fun to read those.
So thank you so much again.
So we did do a video about Korean parents and what Kyuho's parents kind of thought when they found out that we were dating and in a serious relationship. And a couple of people did ask, well, on the flip side, what about Sarah's parents? I don't think my answer is going to be quite as interesting as Kyuho's because I feel like in Canada at least, it's not really that big of a deal. In my family anyway, in my experience, there's not so much pressure to marry someone who is of the same race or from the same country. It doesn't really matter as long as my parents know that this person makes me happy. I remember the first time I told them, I was like, yeah, so Mom, I'm dating somebody. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, he's a Korean guy and he's really, really handsome and he's really kind and he's sweet and he treats me really well. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Send me pictures, and I had to like send her pictures of you. And then she told my dad, and I asked her later, what did Dad say about it? And apparently the first time my mom told him, my dad was like, I thought she went over there to work. Like that was it. But within, a week or two, he didn't care, and they were totally fine with it. It's really not a big deal.
But the thing is, when I went to meet her parents in 2013, I actually flew there and stayed there for 7 days, and I didn't know how to greet, I didn't know how to treat them, so...
In Korea, when you meet your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents, it's really, really nerve-wracking and so formal, and...
I was so nervous, but then they offered me a handshake.
Yeah.
And also, Sarah's mom hugged me, so... Well, in Korea, that's very rare. We don't call their names. We
That's right.
always call, like, ma'am or sir.
Yeah. I remember you did it the first time, like, oh, hello, ma'am, and my mom was like, oh, you don't have to call her that.
For me, I feel like, calling her name is, like, rude.
That's true. So how was it? How was your week with my parents?
Oh, obviously, the first day, like, I was jet-lagged. I don't even remember what happened.
You fell asleep in the car on the way home.
But then, like, they made it so comfortable. Like, I was feeling like this is my second home. And the food was just great because, I love Canadian bacon, so...
Who doesn't love Canadian bacon?
Maple syrup with pancakes, that was just the best.
The funny part was, the way we booked our plane tickets, I stayed in Canada for a month that time when Kyushu came, and he just came for a week. So because our plane tickets were different, it turned out I had to leave 1 day earlier than him. So he had to stay basically in my house with my parents for like a whole day with just him. He was just so nervous about it. He was so uncomfortable. He was like, I think I'll just stay in a hotel. But what was it like?
Well, I was so glad that Sarah left. I spent the best time with Sarah's parents.
I got back to Seoul and I was FaceTiming with you, and you were like FaceTiming with me with my parents, and you were all like, oh, we just came back from like this restaurant and we had, all this delicious ribs.
Yeah. But yeah, Sarah's parents made me feel comfortable, and it was just wonderful. The weather was perfect. The whole hometown was so quiet and chill. That's why we again booked our tickets to go to Canada this year.
We are both going this time, and we are both staying for 1 month. I'm really excited to do vlogs in Canada.
Yeah.
It's probably mostly going to be about food.
Food or...
People are going to slowly see us gaining weight on camera.
Alright guys.
So keep posting questions if you're curious about stuff.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.